I'm using is my Tranx 400, and this is on an 8.6 Okuma EVX Musky rod. It is rated 4 to 12 ounces, so it's extra heavy. I'm just going to be working this glider. Really want to see a fish on this glider. Doggone bugs on my face, I can't concentrate. Feels good. I just don't like how I can't see the bottom. It's alright though. I'm amazed if there wasn't a muskie underneath this bank. I'd say we'll probably see a couple of them in here though. Right up ahead there's some trees laying down, and there is a small channel on the back side there, but for the most part here it stays shallow. I always say that and step off into some random drop off, but I can almost guarantee you there's a muskie there. Now whether or not he'll take this bait, I don't know. We're about to find out. Good, don't it? Let's go a little closer. I don't know how I'm gonna handle the net. Maybe if I face into the current, push the net up against my stomach. There we go. This bait is doing amazing, but it's hard to work it. There's some current here. It's still relatively early in the year, and there's just a lot of current right there, and it's hard to work that glider. So I'm gonna switch it up to something a little bit smaller. Actually, a lot smaller. Is this spring dog, as they like to call it. I want to get some teeth marks in this thing. We'll see though. So the one big thing I learned last year, and you know, it may seem like obvious, and it is obvious now, was to carry a net. Now I know the muskie in this creek aren't going to get too super big, so I could have carried my smaller net, and it has a really deep hoop to it. But what the big neck lacks in convenience makes up for in fish netting convenience. That's a big, I use that net for catfish, and I'm gonna get a new one, a rubber coated, probably a Fraybill stowaway, but for now this one's gonna do what I need it to do. And I've learned a lot about muskie handling. Now, critics. Muskie fishermen are the worst critics out there. I mean, I feel like half of them are the angry dude off of American Idol, I think it was. I don't know, I don't watch TV. And they'll get rude with you. So I guess my next tip is take criticism, learn from it, but don't pay any attention to the jerks. There are jerks out there. You know, I've got some footage coming up where I hope I can get down underwater, down deep with the muskie, and maybe even do an underwater release video where I go down several feet underwater with a muskie and release it. And I'm pretty sure one guy in particular would probably tell me that I drowned the fish. So, you know, muskie are delicate. Don't handle them too much, you know, rub their slime off or whatnot. As long as you're not sitting there just swiping your hand across them repeatedly, taking the slime off, and doing what I did last year, which is not using a net. Just take care and respect them and offer no respect to those who would be jerks about anything. Now that looks like a textbook muskie spot right over there. Steep muddy bank. Water's eddied up around it. That was the worst backlash I have had in a long time. Holy crap. Huh. Well, this wasn't here before. Freaking gorgeous. Just thought I'd tell you all that. And if I had a smallmouth pole, buddy, I'd be all up in that. But I don't. So onward. Alright, so this is half the reason I come up this way, right here. That whole water just around the bend. Where I get pretty serious about muskie fishing. Deeper water, it's over my head, so I'm estimating about 7 or 8 feet. Slow moving water. Lots of sandbars, lots of drop-offs, timber. I'll fish this side of it. I'll go around the other side of it. That's about all I have time for. It should be enough. Definitely find out pretty quickly. So she's completely free of the bait on her own. Calling her sheep. Still very green. small but feisty. Definitely very reluctant to get handled. Come here. And has pretty much wedged its way to the net. Just chill. All right. It's number 15. Very lively muskie. You can tell it's cut up on the back there, probably from the spawn. Gonna get him back in the water. Yep, male. Lively male muskie, and there he goes. Good deal. I knew there'd be one in there. Yeah, that fish was hanging out right here. Wade fishing's for chumps, right? A doggone workout. Well, I'm gonna make my way back now. Got a lot of ground to cover in a relatively short period of time. Seems pretty safe. What could go wrong? Well, that was the only muskie from tonight, but that's by far not a bad thing. Took a spring dog, and as usual, caught me by surprise. I was not expecting a strike in what I thought was shallow water, but the flooding that Eastern Kentucky got this spring has it's changed up the creek a lot, and it definitely had me kind of second guessing my decision to come out at night. Wading in water that could potentially be over my head in several spots, but it turned out good, and I caught my actual first legitimate wade fishing muskie. Although I caught one a few weeks ago on a Ned rig, this one, I'm going to call this one legitimate. And this one has been a struggle for me because I caught one muskie out of the creek this year before this one, out of this creek. The rest of them, man, I had one night where I caught one and missed. I hooked 3, and they just spit the hook on me and absolutely just wrecked my soul, because I was like, man, I'm gonna have another 3 muskie, 4 muskie night, and they kept spitting the hook on me because the bait I was using had small hooks, and I had my drag cranked down for like gliders, and I definitely should have had my drag lower, but you live, you learn. Anyways, thanks for watching, and stay tuned, because I've got a couple reviews I want to do on rods and reels and whatnot, and a couple baits I want to do reviews on as well. So yeah, y'all have a good one.